In process costing, we are going to prepare simple process cost account. Illustration sum number 3. There is no loss. Units also given below. Okay. Let's see the question. A product passes through 3 processes X, Y and Z to its completion. Okay. During September 2006, 5,000 units of finished products were produced and the following expenses were incurred. Process X, process Y and process expenses are material, direct wages and direct expenses are given below. Apart from that, they have given the additional information, that is indirect expenses amount to rupees 30,000, which are to be apportioned to the process on the basis of direct wages. So indirect expenses amount is given below 30,000 rupees, which is calculated with the direct wages. Okay. Raw materials worth 30,000 rupees is given below. Okay. It will be entered on process X account. Okay. Ignore the question of a process stock and prepare the process account showing the cost per unit of each process. So from the given data, what they asked us to prepare, we need to prepare process X account, process Y account, process Z account. Apart from that process, we need to prepare cost per unit of each process account. Okay, let's prepare process X account. You know the format very well. That means there are two sides, debtor side and creditor side. We have 3 columns for each side, particular cost per unit and the total cost on both sides. We enter, this is the format for that. Okay, listen, cost per unit means they required us to prepare cost per unit for each processes. So for that we created a cost per unit column. Okay, so what they given here, listen, in additional information they have given raw materials 30,000 rupees issued to process X. So first entry on debtor side, we need to enter 2 raw material. Always started the word with 2 on debtor side and by on creditor side. Okay. So raw material, how much rupees they have given in the question? 30,000 rupees. We entered on total column. We entered the amount column 30,000 rupees. For we need to prepare cost per unit for each process. Okay. So how can you find out the cost per unit? Listen, they have given 5,000 units. Okay. So we need to divide that 5,000 units with cost. Okay. So we divided cost 30,000 rupees with 5,000 units. We will get 6 rupees. So material cost is 6 rupees per unit. Then other materials they have given, listen, material, direct wages and direct expenses accordingly 5,000, 25,000, 2,500 taken from process X and we enter it on debtor side, because all the expenses we need to enter on debtor side in the process account. Accordingly we entered, and side by side we need to find out the cost per unit. That means 5,000 rupees divided by 5,000 unit, you will get the cost per unit is 1 rupee for direct material. Similarly, direct wages 25,000 divided by 5,000 units, you will get 5 rupees cost per unit for direct wages. Accordingly, 2,500 divided by 5,000 units, you will get cost per unit of direct expenses is 50 paise. Okay, then we are going to prepare the indirect expenses. Okay, how can you prepare the indirect expenses? Listen, we have to calculate the indirect expenses 30,000 rupees with apportionment of wages, direct wages. Okay, so process X direct wages is 25,000, process Y 20,000, process Z direct wages is 5,000 rupees. Let's prepare. 1 minute. Process X indirect expenses. Okay. So let's enter the indirect expenses 30,000 rupees in process X direct wages is 25,000, enter on numerator, and the total wages 60,000 rupees is to be entered on the denominator. Okay. Now we need to find out ratio for the wages. Okay. So after cancel this 30 for this 30, remaining 25 by 60. So again we need to simplify that 25 by 60. we get 5 divided by 12. Okay, 25 by 60 we divided by 5 on both the value, you will get 5 by 12. The ratio of wages is 5 is to 12. Okay, then we calculate 30,000 into 5 by 12, you will get 12,500 indirect expenses for process X account. So indirect expenses 5 by 7,000. Sorry. Process, let's take a process X account. Indirect expenses for process X, so X account's value is 12,500 entered. Against this value, you are going to divide 5,000 units with 12,500, you will get 2 rupees 50 paise indirect expenses cost per unit. Then we need to add all the values, you will get 15 rupees for cost per unit, and the total cost you will get 75,000 rupees. Okay, against this you are going to immediately enter on creditor side total the same 15 rupees and 75,000 rupees on amount column. Against value there is no unit transactions on creditor side, so the same unit value you are going to enter on creditor side by 15 rupees. This means this is the balancing figure. The same 75,000 total is to be entered on creditor side. This is the balancing figure. Okay, again this value you are going to write by process Y account. This is called output. Okay, at the end of the process X, we got the output, that is 15 cost per unit is 15 rupees and the total cost is 75 rupees. Okay, 75,000 rupees. So this is called the output. That output will be transferred to the next process, that means process Y account. Okay, immediately within the bracket you are going to write output transferred. Okay, so we finished the process X account, then we are going to prepare process Y account. You know the format for process Y account. Similarly, enter on like a process X account. Okay, after write the format in process Y account, the first transaction we are going to transfer previous process output as the input on process Y account. Okay, so what is the output you got on previous process X account? 15 rupees cost per unit and 75,000 total cost. Okay, it will be taken from process X account. So you are going to write to process X account. So X account output is considered as the Y account, process Y account input. After enter the input taken from output of the process X account, we transferred process X account's output in as the input for process Y account. After entered, then as usual all the cost taken from process Y account you are going to enter on debtor side, on debtor side of the process Y account. Okay, so to materials 10,000 rupees divided by 5,000, you will get 2 rupees cost per unit, direct wages 20,000, direct expenses 3,000, direct expenses 3,000 rupees. Okay, then side by side we are going to calculate the cost per unit divided by 20,000 rupees divided by 5,000 units, you will get 4 rupees. 3,000 rupees divided by 5,000 units, you will get 60 rupees 60 paise. 10,000 rupees divided by 5,000 units, you will get, how can you get the 10,000 for indirect expenses? We have a calculation for that, because indirect expenses value they have given in the question, that is 30,000 rupees. It will be calculated apportioned with direct wages. Direct wages amount is 20,000 rupees for process Y. It will be entered on numerator, and total direct wages is 60,000 rupees. Then we need to find out the ratio. We need to simplify that. Direct wages you will get 20 by 60, that means 2 by 6. Again you can simplify that 2 by 6, you will get 1 by 3. Okay, so the ratio of direct wages is 1:3. Okay, then calculated with the 30,000 indirect wages, indirect expenses, you will get 10,000 rupees. So the indirect expenses value is 10,000 rupees. We divided 5 by 5,000 units with 10,000, you will get 2 rupees cost per unit. Okay, then you have to add all the each cost per unit. You will get the total cost per unit is 23 rupees 60 paise. All the cost after added, you will get 1,18,000 rupees. The same value you are going to enter on creditor side, right? Creditor side total you are going to enter on the same 23.60 paise, 1,18,000 rupees entered. Then creditor side we don't have any transactions, so the same total value you are going to enter on unit total cost per unit, and the same total cost you are going to enter on creditor side 1,18,000. Again this value you are going to write by process is at account, because this is the output. At the end of the process Y, you got the output 23 rupees 60 paise cost per unit and 1,18,000 rupees. So this output will be transferred to process Z account. So for that you are going to write by process Z account. Okay, process Z account completed. Then come to process Y account is completed. Then we are going to prepare process Z account. Okay, the same format you know. Try the format T format. Okay, like ledger account. It's like a ledger account. So for that always started with the word to on debtor side, by the word by on creditor side. First entry, what entry you are going to enter on process Z account? We need to taken the output from process Y account, and it will be transferred to process Z account debtor side 23 rupees 60 paise in cost per unit column and 1,18,000 rupees in total cost amount column. Again this you are going to write to process Y account, because this value you are taken from process Y account. Okay, after you enter the process Y account, then all the material, all the cost what they given in the question related to process Z account, it will be entered on debtor side of the process Z account. These and all are cost expenses, which means okay. So materials, labor, direct expenses accordingly 5,000, 15,000, 5,000. Again immediately it will be divided by 5,000 units. Each amount, each process cost will be divided by 5,000 rupees. You will get the cost per unit is 1 rupee, 3 rupees, 10, 1 rupees. Okay, then we need to find out the indirect expenses. Okay, indirect expenses cost they have given the question, that is 30,000 rupees. Okay, into multiplied with direct labor. Z's direct labor value is 15,000 rupees is entered on numerator. Total direct labor is, that means wages is 60,000 rupees. Okay, so how can you calculate total direct labor? That means process is X direct labors, process wise direct labor will be added, and process Z direct labor will be added. After added these three process direct labor, you will get the total direct labor is 60,000 rupees is to be entered on denominator. After simplified it, you will get 15 by 60. Against this you can simplify this value, you will get 3 by 12, right? So 1 by 4. Okay, so the ratio of direct labor is 1:4. Then you need to calculate that 30,000 rupees into 15 by 60. You will get the indirect expense is 7,500. Then it will be divided by 5,000 units. You will get the indirect expenses cost per unit is 1 rupees 50 paise. Then you need to add all the cost per unit. You will get the total cost per unit for a Z account is 30 rupees 10 paise. Then total cost is 1,50,500. At the end of the process is that the total cost is 1,50,500 rupees. Total cost per unit is 30 rupees 10 paise. The same value you are going to enter on creditor side as the total. Okay, there is no any transactions on creditor side, so for that the same total is to be entered as the balancing figure on cost per unit side, and the same amount total cost you will be enter on creditor side as the balancing figure. That means this is called the output. At the end of the process is that account, you will get the output value, that is 30 rupees 10 paise and 1,50,500 rupees total cost at the end of the process is that account. This is called this value is to be transferred to, it is called finished stock account. Okay, at the end of the process is that account, you will get the finished product. So for that you are going to write by finished stock account. Okay, output transferred, within the bracket you are going to write output will be transferred for delivery or sales. Okay, so if you have any doubt, please comment it into the comment box. Thank you, take care.